like, I'm sure everybody would say that
Yes.
they would want free and fair elections in Pakistan. But just to carry on the military, Chatham House, the highly respected think tank. Can I just ask you this? Yeah,
I am never...
Okay, can I just put to you what they say? That reports and informed speculation, they said in mid-January, that the most widespread theory behind your return to Pakistan is that it was prompted by the military. They are turning to you, Chatham House say, these are what the reports say, to destabilise the political scene and potentially create a situation in which the elections are delayed. So what do you say when people say, Tahir al-Qadri, you're being used as a tool by the military?
Yes. Yes, I totally reject this is a false accusation. Same about the military, the same kind of accusation was launched that British establishment is behind me. So British Ambassador High Commission rebutted that nobody from us is behind Dr. Qadri. The same false allegation was launched that American establishment is behind Dr. Qadri. So American ambassador refused, rebutted that this is totally wrong. And military establishment, their General Asim gave a categorical statement, we are not behind Dr. Qadri. The question is, they have been launching these kind of false accusation on this side or this side, that side. But they have never been able to establish any fact. The only fact is that the people are behind. People are crying for the last 4 or 5 years. People are not getting food. People are not getting treatment. They are not getting justice. They are not getting rule of law. They are not getting protection of their lives, protection of their wealth, protection of their business. There is total brain drain, total capital flight. The people are not protecting their lives. The terrorism is increasing. These are the reasons the people are with us. People are behind us because they want
keep on saying, as I said, the people are behind
democratic system. Yeah.
Okay, but you keep on saying the people are behind you. But so far, we have to deal with the fact that the two main parties, Nawaz Sharif, main opposition leader, and the PPP, the Pakistan People's Party, have the most seats in the National Assembly. You made a deal. You said you were going to have a 1 million-man march, and that you were going to sit for however long it was near Parliament and so on. But after 4 days, you came to some kind of deal. You made a declaration with the government, and people were scratching their heads and saying, what exactly did you achieve? Because we all knew that elections have to be held in Pakistan by June, and traditionally, according to the constitution, if elections are called, then you have to have an interim administration. So what have you achieved?
This is again a relevant question. The achievement was that at that moment when I gave the ultimatum for 1.5 an hour, there were two options. Either the martial law would have come, which I have never preferred. I am absolutely against martial law. I am absolutely against the military intervention. I am pro-democracy. I am pro-human rights. I am pro-political process. I am totally against any kind of authoritarianism, whether it is monarchical rule or it is military rule. I hate it. So the one way was that if we have taken any action, then the military would have taken over the country. And this we were not we were not there for this purpose. The other option was the peaceful settlement of the dispute. And peaceful settlement and democratic settlement is only possible through negotiations. So we entered into negotiation. That is the only democratic, constitutional, lawful way to settle the disputes. And we finally resolved a declaration. And through declaration, our achievement.
Yeah, what did you achieve? Because it doesn't seem like you've actually achieved very much. The elections had to be held, as I said, and you have to have an interim administration anyway.
We received the maximum which was achievable within the limits of being peaceful, within the limits of a democratic settlement. Whatever was possible, we achieved. For example, the election constitution said, Article 62 and 63 mentions the eligibility of the candidates and ineligibility of the candidates. For the last 35 years, these only two articles which determined the eligibility and ineligibility of the candidate were never enforced in the history of Pakistan. So through that declaration, it was agreed upon that in coming elections, all candidates would be scrutinized. They will get pre-clearance for 30 days. And they will be judged and scrutinized in the light of the Article 62 and 63.
What else?
And after that, they would be allowed to enter in the campaign.
Okay, what else did you achieve? Because didn't you call for the army to be consulted on the interim administration, the caretaker government? Didn't you call for the army's involvement in that, and that was rejected? I did say initially, but at that time when we were on that peak of the hour, so insisting on this aspect would have invited the intervention of military and would have derailed the democracy.